I was looking through some old emails today and I saw that I had not answered a question that a girl sent me like several months ago. I'm going to do that now. The question is, how do I get my crush to notice me? I'm very flattered that you think I know this. I've had a crush for about 8 or 9 months now. He doesn't notice me. Just kidding. Listen up, because I can tell you how to do this, but we need to lay down some assumptions. Number one, I'm assuming that you have already vetted this person. By vetted, I don't mean that you take them to the vet, because if they're an animal, that's weird. You shouldn't have crushes on animals. Vetting means that you've checked out that this person is actually good for you. This is a viable candidate. This person is a godly man, and he has some of the characteristics that I mentioned in another video, linked below. Number two, are you good for him? Do you pass the qualifications? Are you other-centered? Are you going into this thinking that you guys would be a good pair, or just that he's really, really cute? And of course, I also want to make the assumption that throughout this process, you're going to be being yourself. We know that if you're pretending, if you're not honest, as you try to get his attention, this is gonna blow up in your face big time later. When he finds out that the girl he's fallen for is not really you, he's gonna be pretty ticked off. So with all that being said and out of the way, I believe there's only one thing you really need to do to make sure that your crush notices you. All you need to do as a beautiful, wonderful young woman in God is that you need to create opportunities for him to see you in your best light. So there are lots of ways that if you look at this topic online, you'll find that other YouTubers, other articles tell you to do all of these things to get a guy's attention. Anything from like how to dress, how to be really sexy, how to flirt, how to use your eyes. That's just not what I think a Christian girl should be focusing on. If you've won somebody's attention that way, it's not lasting, it's not quality. My perspective on getting a guy's attention has really changed over the last 4 or 5 years. I realized I have some insight into a guy's brain, and my own brain actually. It's not just for guys. We value the things that we work for, and it's the same in romance. If you are such an easy catch, if you're the aggressor, it may turn out that you're not as valued because the guy didn't have to work for your affections or your attention. So I'm going to pass on to you what I think is the number one thing you've got to know to help this guy crush notice you. Here's your job. Your job is to create opportunities to intersect with this guy. So what do I mean by create opportunities? There are lots of things you can do. Here are some of my suggestions. Number one, keep on doing you. Keep doing what you do best, whether it's athletics or crafts or hospitality, whatever your passions and spiritual gifts are, keep doing those things. If you're not already in a leadership position, consider doing things up front or taking more of an initiative, more of a role. This is going to get you in the public eye. This is going to make you more noticeable, and it's also going to give him opportunities to compliment you. See if you can find some similar interests, whether it's an athletic club or theater or music. If you can find and do something that he's doing, and don't just do it for him, it will expand your horizons and also give you an opportunity to intersect. If you know of any projects he's working on or things that he's trying to do in life, and it wouldn't be too creepy or cheesy or stalkery to try to help him, that's a super cool way to meet somebody, is by joining with them to further their goals. If all else fails, don't be ashamed to pull a little social engineering. Talk to a trusted friend or a mentor, somebody older, and see if they can create a situation where you guys can have some time together in a group. I have totally done this a billion times. One time I was in college and I had a crush on a guy who was at a different school. And so I talked to the newspaper editor for whom I was writing articles and asked if I could cover this guy because he was an exceptional musician. And the newspaper editor said, sure, that would be a cool article. And so I had an excuse to meet with him and interview him and get to know him a little bit better. In summary, I think the very best way for you to get your crush's attention is to find ways, even if you have to manufacture them, to get into intersections so he can see how beautiful and kind you are. Maybe you have some things that have worked for you or some social engineering situations that really panned out well for you. If so, I'd love to hear them in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you've got any questions that you would like to wait 6 months for me to make a video on, you can email it to Amy, A-M-I-E, at greaterthanrubies.org. And I will see you later. Now go get him, Tiger.